Silencerco's Maxim 9. This is going to be a very niche kind of pistol, and it's going to be one of those that if you actually needed one, or if you wanted one, you'd have one, you'd know everything that you needed to know about it. What more can I really tell you? Well, my personal opinion on it, I guess, is pretty much all that's left, for whatever it may be worth. What do I think of the gun? I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's a really neat gun. Integrally suppressed. I hate saying that word, by the way. You look at a gun this size, and this is the size that if I was to carry a suppressed gun, it would be this one. And it would be in a holster, like this. So, in its K configuration, or the shortest configuration that it comes available in, or that you bring it down to. I'll show you that in a minute. And big comparison, but there you go. So we can see that obviously this is the FNX 45 Tactical. Very heavy, very long gun as it is, but the Maxim 9 is about as long as this gun is to its threads. So carrying this with a light on it in a light bearing holster is more cumbersome, well, about equally cumbersome as the Maxim 9. If we look at its height here, and this height, I mean, yeah, it has to go in a wide holster, and it's a relatively long holster, but it's no more cumbersome to carry than the FNX 45. So here is the 45M from Dead Air, sitting on, in my opinion, one of the best suppressor hosts out there. If we take the suppressor off of the FNX, and yes, I know the Maxim 9 is obviously 9mm, this is 45. There you go. So, butt to snout, they're pretty damn close. So those of you out there who are going to say, you know, well, it'd be stupid to carry a Maxim 9 because, well, if you're carrying an FNX 45, does that make you stupid? I don't think so. I also don't think it's stupid to carry the Maxim 9. These are safety checked, by the way. In its K configuration, it's really not that big of a gun, and it's suppressed. And if we had a suppressor, I mean, who's going to carry that? Nobody. So let's say that you're hunting, or you're just walking backwoods and you want to just have fun and shoot. It's a great gun. Why not? Overview of the gun, assembly, disassembly, all that good stuff. It does take Glock magazines, which is awesome. Assembly and disassembly. Oh, and there's your RMR plate, just in case you wanted one. I don't think you really need one. Comes from the factory with night sights. Right, so disassembly. In the very beautifully machined body, we have a little lever here, and we have a tab in the back, right here. Push this in while lifting up. And off comes our slide. And here are your internals. There you go. This is field stripped, ready to be cleaned. As for sliding it back on, so for reassembly, you'll see that there's slots in this channel that kind of go up at an angle here. So those slots just line up like that. Everything gets slid back together. Push in on this button on the back. Close that back down. And so what's happening is these rods, which are your recoil spring, essentially, are being held in place. So those two holes, and then there you go. Those tabs are being held in, or held captive by this. So that gets slid back together, and you're pushing this in, and when you're doing that, you're just feeding more of the rod into the holes, allowing that to be clamped back down. Very, very simple design. It is ambi in every way, and actually functions as ambi in every way. So this is the gun in its K configuration. I'm gonna holster this one. Again, all of these weapons except for the FNX are safety checked. The FNX is in fact hot. This is a bad example because this is the one that I'm actually building prototype parts for. Let's go to the new one that I saved just for you guys. Okay, breaking into this box. So right off the bat, basically in their first page, their short configuration, they're saying with 147 grain ammo, you're going to be shooting at about 140 decibels, which any 147 grain 9mm is going to be subsonic for the most part. In their long configuration, they are advertising 137.1 for 115 grain, 124 at 138.3 decibels, and 147 at 136.3 decibels. So you are only really 139.9 to 136.3. You know, I'm going to take that inch off and be much happier and maybe a decibel or two louder with a bit shorter of a gun. So we are given long and short rods from the factory, so you can run either its long configuration or short configuration. It's completely up to you. If you guys ever have any questions about detail stripping these, I've done it multiple times. I'm not going to get into it in this video. I want to keep this one short and sweet. But let's look at the long configuration. And again, I'll break out the short configuration. With the long configuration, you're basically just taking off these two. And lengthwise, it is a considerable difference. I mean, there it is in its short configuration, the way that I would recommend everyone carry it, because this is just kind of ridiculous. Let's be honest. Again, they all come with night sights, and their night sights are awesome. Super bright tritium. They aren't the greatest in the day, but they're not terrible. So this is how much longer the full-length version is. You can see with this one, it's completely flush. Ergonomically, this thing feels freaking awesome in hand. Like, probably one of the most comfortable guns that I have ever held. Yeah, that's saying a lot. Extremely comfortable gun. And then looking at the cuts on the slide, they are sharp, they are aggressive, they are everything that you would want from a battle slide, maybe not what you would want from a range toy. Again, making sure that we're absolutely clear. So trigger is, so trigger, we have a paddle doohickey, just like a Glock, take up to about 90 degrees. I think it's advertised at about 7.5 pounds, and it feels every bit of 7.5 pounds. It's not a light trigger. Then again, at the same time, if it's a combat trigger, who cares? So the stippling on the grip is really, really, really comfortable. Again, I have to point that out. And your index finger stippling and everything else, it feels great. This says something. It's binary. Says something. I'll annotate it here. Pretty cool. It's part of their slogan. Let's see what else we get in the box. We get 2 of these Glock PMag. What do they call these? The PMag 17s, the GL9s. It's a little on the nose, but it's a Glock mag. It's a Glock 17 mag. So in our handy dandy little kits, we are going to get, oh fuck, I didn't even know we had that. Okay. Cancer warning something or another. And we get, so this is our left-handed mag release. Keys for our lock. This is going to be for our baffle stack, which, no, I'll show you anyways, I guess. And then our shorter rods. So really quick, let's break into that. Okay, so screws in the front get broken loose and then removed. No need to panic. Okay, that one did as well. All right, So this has been shot from the factory, which is totally fine by me. So these are your last 2 end baffles. And then this is your 3rd, and this is your 4th. So if you wanted to make it the K configuration and only really lose about 3 decibels, the way to do it is you chuck those 2 aside. You take your shorter rods, you can see comparatively they are shorter. All right, so it is easier to, actually I'm just gonna do it for you guys, because I love you. So now we can see the inside of the gun. So these get threaded in. They don't have to be completely snugged down. You're gonna do that when you get to the end of assembly with this. So these just get threaded in. And then making sense of this goes this way. So basically you're just stacking. So basically all you're doing is just stacking these together, making sure that everything fits together the way it should. And again, these are the last 2 in your stack. That goes on. And then that goes on. You see the threads from there. We're going to take these screws that I took off the longer rods and start those on. And start these on, and then there is a torque rating for these. I'm using the German method of torque, and that's just Guten-Tight. Alright, so now that all of that's done, before I lose anything, I'm going to put everything back in its handy little pouch. So when all is said and done, is it worth it? Well, consider the cost of a Glock 17, right around 500 and actually I don't even know what the street price is for a Glock 17 anymore. I have been paying Blue Label for a long time. Let's say it's 550. And then you buy a can for $700-800. There's $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 depending on which route you decide to go. Okay. You have a dedicated, let's say you went with the dedicated 9mm can and not something like the 45M. Big mistake. But price point wise, they're pretty competitive. And I say that because the Silencerco Maxim 9s are running for about $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 right now. I have to tell you guys right away, the tone of the Maxim 9 is deep enough that it doesn't even really sound like a gunshot. It sounds... It's really, really hard to explain. And I'll show you guys in a shooting video. One of these is full auto. Pretty cool, right? Lots of designing is going on for me, with me. And this one is my test beast, and I can tell you right now, I have put probably 10 cases through this one. At least 10,000 rounds have gone through this. Not a single malfunction. I just cleaned it for the first time 2 days ago. That's why it's all covered in oil. So anyways, overall, you guys, I think the Maxim 9 is an incredible value. And truth be told, I'm getting ready to buy more. I have 2 and I feel like it's not enough. I want a lot of these. These are becoming one of my favorite guns out there right now. And I'm sitting like 3 or 4 feet from a G36, an MP5, a UMP, a real Mark 17, a P90, and a full auto Glock. More fun. Anyways, that is my take on the Maxim 9. I think they're awesome. If I ever saw somebody wearing one of these out in public, had one of these on their hip, I wouldn't think negatively about it. Really quick, time for me to oh, just kidding. No. Let's see. Here is, how about that? Just so you can't say that I didn't do it. Just so you can't say that I didn't do it. Here is a full-size pistol. This is the M&P 2.0 next to the Maxim 9. Okay, it's about an inch longer. And if you're running a weapon light, it's just about as tall. Overall, Maxim 9, in my book, it's an absolute win. Totally worth the money. If you have any desire at all to shoot a pistol suppressed, why not shoot a suppressed pistol? Just my opinion. I would much sooner grab this to go shoot a pistol suppressed than I would this gigantic thing. It's neat, it's a great concept, it's a really cool design. I thoroughly enjoy shooting them. I really don't know what more to say. Reliable. It's every bit as cool as any other gun out there I can think of. So that's my 2 cents on it. Take it for what you will. Might not be your cup of tea, might be something you never even knew existed. So that's why I'm here, for you to bitch at. Love you guys, see you in the next one.